Hi, friends. Pastor Dillon here, and I'd like to take just a few minutes of your time to provide a welcome and introduction to the Next Step series of conversations we're having over books talking about race and racism in the country in which we live. We're starting this week with this one, I'm Still Here, Black Dignity in a World Made for Whiteness by Austin Channing Brown. You can see I've got some sticky notes tabbed in there because I am so excited and ready to have this conversation with you. But I realize that it may be a challenging conversation to have, and in fact, the author writes a little bit in the introduction to her study guide that sums it up very well. I'm going to read her words here. Reading about race in America is hard, and talking about what we're reading can be tricky at best, scary at worst. But it's important that we practice being brave together. Friends, this is our goal in this series, to be brave together. And because these conversations require a certain amount of courage, I thought the best venue for them might be in person. So we will be following all of the COVID-19 precautions that we've laid out for in-person meetings at the church, which will involve, if we have fewer than 10 people, being indoors while wearing masks and being at least 6 feet apart from each other. If we have 10 or more people come and be present, we'll move outside where we'll still be masked, still keep that distance between each other, but we can have a few more people joining us so we can have some really good conversation. Now, if you have not read this book but would like to be a part of this conversation, I encourage you, come anyway. This book is a great introduction to the series because it is so drawn out of the author's experiences. And so that gives us an invitation as we gather this first time to share out of our own experiences and recognize the differences that we have between ourselves and our experiences and the author's experiences. I am confident that even if you haven't read the book, you'll still gain a lot from the conversation discussion that we're about to have. And then for those future discussions, about one a month, and we have 2 additional queued up after this, just let us know if the church can get that book for you. We'll have it ready, and you can pick it up just as soon as it comes in for you. And now, I'd like to give you one bonus piece to get ready for this first conversation, something to get you thinking ahead of time. It's a poem that this author references in her book. It's a relatively well-known one. It's called We Wear the Mask by Paul Laurence Dunbar, a Black author. And I invite you to hear it and reflect on it, as I anticipate we'll be talking about it tomorrow. We wear the mask that grins and lies. It hides our cheeks and shades our eyes. This debt we pay to human guile. With torn and bleeding hearts we smile, and mouth with myriad subtleties. Why should the world be overwise in counting all our tears and sighs? Nay, let them see us while we wear the mask. We smile, but, O great Christ, our cries to thee from tortured souls arise. We sing, but oh, the clay is vile, beneath our feet and long the mile, but let the world dream otherwise. We wear the mask. Friends, I invite you to reflect on this poem, on what it might mean for our experiences and for those experiences that are unfamiliar to ours. And join us for our conversation this week and in coming weeks, where we are courageous and brave together.